Patrick talks about you, Rebecca, as his best friend. I cannot imagine spending my life without Rebecca. And Rebecca said the same thing. Pat's my best friend. I cannot envision anyone else. This Canon miracle of turning the daily tap water of life into sparkling wine. You know that this is not a dress rehearsal. It's heroic and courageous, the two young people, to stand here and to proclaim loudly and humbly that they choose each other to walk through life with forever.
As I sit down to write this, I don't even know where to begin. It's hard to think that I'm finally writing this note after 9 years, but deep inside, I always knew this moment would come. You bring a joy and a warmth to my life that is unmatched. You truly are my best friend. I can't imagine spending the rest of my life with anyone else.
Dear Pat, I've thought about this day for a long time. Not just because every little girl fantasizes about their wedding day, but because I've thought about you being my husband from the first year we started dating. Our love has evolved from a college romance to a lifetime together, and I couldn't be more blessed that you're about to be my husband. I'm so lucky that God placed you in my life at the perfect time, and I can't wait to create a beautiful life together, filled with love, laughter, and adventures.
Pat, as you guys all know, highly confident, charismatic, outspoken leader. A lot of people looked up to Pat. It was a fall day. It was a fraternity sorority party that was held at Golden Key Lounge just outside of Miami's campus. Pat approached her on the dance floor. 5 minutes later, I look over and Pat and Rebecca have kind of drawn an audience on the dance floor. I remember distinctly the song Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard was playing.
After our first social, I walked home from uptown with Bex linking hands in my left arm and a nice redhead named Pat linking arms in my right. She told me that night, I will be your mom, and this will be your dad.
You may not know that Pat actually asked for my permission to marry Rebecca. He made plans at a restaurant in Dallas, one of our favorites, Trulux. While we were meeting, every TV in the restaurant flipped to the Indians playoff game, okay? But Pat never lost his concentration and was very focused. And then he had to also overcome the 52 questions that I asked him about why he wanted to marry my daughter.
Wow, look at you!
And what his plans were for their life together. And these are questions I've been working on for 28 years. And Pat did a great job, very well done. And when you have a daughter someday, you'll understand this a lot better.
It was never a doubt in my mind that we would be here celebrating you two today. Without Pat, there was no Bex, and without Bex, there was no Pat.
In just a few short hours, you'll be walking down the aisle, and I'll inevitably be holding back tears. Not just because of how beautiful you look, but because of what it represents. When I see you walk down the aisle, know that I'll be thinking about everything that's led to this moment. From walking up to you in the quad and talking to you when you didn't even know who I was, to the day I got down on a knee and asked you to marry me. I'll be thinking about the future to come, our life together, our children, our grandchildren, and a love that will only grow stronger.
We are here together today to celebrate this love of Rebecca and Patrick. Rebecca's dad, Michael, was a student when I was principal of Juliette Catholic High School that he attended. It's an honor to meet him and Yolanda again, and to witness the marriage of their daughter as I witnessed theirs many years ago. When I asked Patrick about Rebecca, he said she's caring and compassionate, and how you have the gift of truly understanding and reading other people before your own needs, and reading other people's guys' lives with a genuineness and infectious caring that ennobles others. That's an incredible gift. As he said, the most loving person he's ever met. And Patrick, remember, Rebecca sounded excited when she talked about you being an extrovert who has opened her up. She loves your passion and your motivation. You're a high achiever who inspires her, inspires many others. You're spontaneous, your contagious energy is a blessing, and your strong motivation makes things happen. Your love of people matches hers, and you both know that you understand and respect the differences of her being highly organized and you being spontaneous. You two do sparkle together, and we've all seen it, and we see the divine spark in each of you separately and together. This is the miracle of love, and it transforms life.
I, Patrick Hart, take you, Rebecca Spinozzi, to be my wife.
I, Rebecca Spinozzi, take you, Patrick Hart, to be my husband.
I promise to be true to you.
In good times and in bad.
In sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor you.
All the days of my life.
I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Patrick Hart. You don't have to be perfect, just real and authentic. Share your joys, your fulfillment, your dreams, your hurts, your vulnerabilities, even the parts of you, your history and your identity that you have trouble accepting. Believe enough in yourselves to know that you are worth sharing as a gift to each other.
I fell in love with Rebecca when I first laid eyes on her, and she's had my heart ever since. And when she was really little, I used to pray, God, make her like her mother. And he did. She has, Rebecca, tremendous zeal and enthusiasm and spirit for life. She has a compassionate heart and tremendous charisma, a killer smile, and a great sense of humor. Gotta tell you, I was feeling a little left out of things, a little jealous, so I prayed, God, make her like me. Like me, she can also at times be a little over-serious and a little stubborn and a little opinionated, so I said, God, that's enough of me. God, please make her like you. And he did. So she became this woman of strong faith. She's chosen a profession where she can serve and help other people. You know, there was still something missing. So I prayed, Pat, God, make her happy. And she met you. That look on her face, not now. Expensive makeup, honey. Pat, that look on her face has not always been there. That beaming look of joy really started when you came into her life. Now that you know how hard Guy and I have worked, don't screw it up. Welcome to all of our family, friends, and guests that are with us here today. We appreciate so much that you're here. You've come from 43 cities and 13 states to join us here today in this destination wedding.
From the Golden Key Lounge in Oxford, Ohio, to the London House here in Chicago. It's been an absolute journey, an absolute treat to see you guys as a couple grow.
This day isn't limited to the love that Rebecca and I have for one another. This day means so much more than that. This day is really about how much we love each and every single one of you guys.
Every chapter in life has been better than the last because you're with me.
I consider myself the luckiest guy in the world to have met and held on to the greatest thing that will ever walk into my life.